Hi, this is Carrie Cooper for Guitar Centre's Focus on Rock. Oh, a storm is threatening my very life today. The opening line to one of the Rolling Stones' most recognisable songs, Gimme Shelter. It was the opening track on the band's 1969 album Let It Bleed, and some believe they've never produced a better record. At the time of writing Gimme Shelter, the Vietnam War was raging on, and imagery on people's TV screens across the world were burning violent images into the minds of the viewing public. Add to that the assassinations of Martin Luther King and Robert F. Kennedy and the brutal suppression of the Prague Spring, it's most likely all of these chaotic factors somehow contributed to the apocalyptic nature of both the album and the track. As Mick Jagger said, it's an end-of-the-world song. But it was Keith Richards who perfectly takes us back to the scene of penning this mammoth record. He said, "I wrote Gimme Shelter on a stormy day, sitting in Robert Fraser's apartment in Mount Street. Anita Pallenberg was shooting Performance at the time, not far away. It was just a terrible effing day, and it was storming out there. I was sitting there in Mount Street, and there was this incredible storm over London. So I got into that mode, just looking out of Robert's window and looking at all those people with their umbrellas being blown out of their grasp and running like hell. And the idea came to me. My thought was storms on other people's minds, not mine. It just so happened to hit the moment." The actual recording of Gimme Shelter was a pretty extraordinary scenario as rock and roll recording sessions go. In particular, the vocal input from Clayton. Apparently, the Stones were recording late one night in Los Angeles and summoned a very pregnant Clayton to the studio to sing the line, "Rape Murder, it's just a shot away." She did a take of her line and then decided to blow them out of this room. This time, she delivered a chilling vocal an octave higher, her voice cracking on Murder. This can be heard at the 3:04 mark. Now, though Gimme Shelter was never released as a single, the classic remains a staple of Rolling Stones live shows today. And of course, it was the track title that gave its name to the documentary film from 1970, which followed the band's 1968 tour that ended somewhat ill-fatedly at a free concert at Altamont Speedway at the end of that year. Well, that's probably enough catastrophe for now, but perhaps let's just enjoy Gimme Shelter for what we can actually hear. A driving masterpiece of brittle guitars that, as Rolling Stone magazine so eloquently puts, snuffs out the candle on the 60s and the love generation right along with it. This is Carrie Cooper for Guitar Centre's Focus on Rock. You can shop for the greatest selection of music gear on earth in store or at guitarcentre.com.